Hello friends, welcome to my vlog, my special birthday week vlog. This is an extra vlog that I'm putting in just because it's my birthday. I only do it once a year and I hope you enjoy my week. I'd like to welcome you here and all my friends, my new friends and my older friends that come every week to see me. So great to see you all. And if you like this type of content, quilting and knitting, please like and subscribe. That'd be great. This week, it's me talking about quilting and knitting, and on my birthday, we get up to some special fun. So I hope you join me then. Let's get into it. The hat's finished. It only took me a few hours to make, really. And this is it. It's nice and soft. I love it. This is my finished project. It's all nicely finished and soft. Very easy to make. Love it. So great to have a finished project. And these only take a day to make, friends. And one skein of yarn. Well, I used mohair with it, but I still have quite a bit left. So, yeah, great project. This is my first time at knitting 2 balls of mohair together, 2 strands of mohair, and no other like wool or something, is the second strand. So this is a first for me, just mohair. And this is what I've got left over from the last hat. And I thought, I should use it because they're so pretty. And so this is what's happening. The pale yellow, the pale blue is lightening up the colour very nicely. And it is so soft. So this is a mohair hat. I'm sure someone will like it. I'm about to head out to the kitchen. It's 6:30 a.m. Going through my lounge room. This is a beautiful quilt that I see on the way, a quilt top that I'm about to hang quilt. It has to be, have a lot of things done to it before I get to the hand quilting, because this is just the top, but isn't it fab? Great things to look at on my way to the kitchen. This is my friend. And here's my sewing corner. It's nice and light here near the window. And I am watching the tour of Spain at the moment, so it's something interesting to listen to. It's a very nice corner to sit and craft in. We're now on our way to the kitchen. It's a rather big kitchen for this early type of flat, although it's perfect. I could do with a New York type kitchen because I don't need much space in a kitchen because cooking's not one of my favourite things. My big pantry cupboards. I put this stained glass window in. It's just like a picture that you, I think John found it on the side of the road, and I just attached it to the window. And my beautiful chain of hearts has been here for like years. I do love collecting plates. These are the ones I got. I've had those ones now for 30 years, these beautiful ones. And the ones underneath I got in New York 14 years ago. I'm going to now make a cup of tea. Here is the hat finished. It is so soft and light, it's like a feather. And it only took me a few hours to make. I'm very happy with it. I'm not sure that I'll make another one out of just mohair, but as it is, it's a lovely little hat. Let me try it on. Here we are. Looks nice. Top hopefully looks okay. Love the colour. This is a gift hat. I finally decided to embroider these very nice stickers onto my linen hinterland dress. It's a nice dusty pink colour linen, and this is how they come. So the pattern is on the front and it's got a sticky back on it. You peel that off, peel the paper off, and you stick it to your thing. So I've already done that for this one, and I've started to sew with a back stitch, and I'm hoping to put this one here. So I have two of these really nice looking birds on the bodice of a hinterland dress. So after I've embroidered it, I will soak it in some warm water for 10 minutes or so, and that will dissolve this sticky layer, and I'll be left with a beautiful bird or two. So I'll keep going. I'll show you when I've finished the embroidery, and then we'll soak it and see what happens. So I'm doing some back stitch, and I'm thinking I'm going to do the whole bird in black because I think it will be really nice and stand out. I was going to use colours, but I'm thinking just all black. And it's so easy just to sew through this material. I've seen this sort of work done with red stitches. I'm not sure what it's called, but I saw the pattern and I thought, oh dear, I really like it. And yeah, and it's very neat, I think. I finished embroidering it, and now it's in soaking for 15 minutes in some warm water, and we'll see what happens. I've taken it out of the water and removed most of the gluey paper from under the stitches, but there is still some left. See it in the white beak, and it seems to be under the stitches. I'm going to try some tweezers to get it out, but it's very difficult to actually remove the paper. I think it's the glue that's used. Not sure. Has anyone else ever tried this method of transferring embroidery onto fabric? Be interested to hear how that worked. But anyway, I'm going to hang the dress up now and see if when it's dry it'll be easier to get the little tiny pieces out. We'll see. That's it for me tonight. Tomorrow is Tuesday. I'll see you then. It's the 2nd of September, Tuesday. Sun's up. It's gradually migrating down the coast there, getting closer to the equinox. My orchids are beautiful. They like it here in the east-facing window. I love my biplanes. They're so cute. And there's buds ready to pop out any day. Such good value, these little Phalaenopsis plants. They flower every year. I was hand embroidering this new design onto my hinterland dress, so I thought it'd be a good idea, you know, to put it on a hinterland dress just to give it a bit of interest in the front. And I did it last night, and John and I got the sticky stuff out of it. It was a bit tricky, but I think it looks okay. I added the seeds on the bottom, but yeah, quite happy with how it looks. I have to wait until I put it on and have a look, I guess. I'm going up the street today. I've got to go to the post office, post a parcel to my sister because it's her birthday on the weekend. And I'm going to have a look around, go to Kmart, see if I can find another dress. And yeah, it's a beautiful day here. It's spring. No more chilly winds, but you know, it's just the beginning of spring. So either way, it is beautiful. So I'll take you up the street with me. Maybe we'll have a look at the supermarket. Yeah, fun week of vlogging. Just finishing up for Tuesday, I've made another hat. And I made this out of 2 strands of mohair held together too. It is a very dark purple. The light is getting it, but it is beautiful. And I had these couple of skeins of mohair from drops, and I wanted to use them up, so I knit a blue one, the light blue one, sent it to my sister for her birthday. And this one, I just made it today, so it only takes a couple of hours to make a hat the way I make them. I think it turned out really nice. It is so soft and as light as a feather. So I only cast on 100 stitches. The ribbings knit 2, purl 2, then knitting in the round, and then casting off every 20 stitches until we get to the center. So that's another hat for my gift pile. It's a nice little pile there. And I've cast on a shawl because I want to make a shawl, just knitting. So this is a Spruce Harbour by Erica Flori. I think it's beautiful. It's a really long kite shape, so I really like this shape, and that's what I'm going to do with this. I think it's Pearl Soho linen quill. I've had these for a while, and I also want to knit these up because they feel really nice, and yeah. So that's something to just do it in the afternoon when I'm watching TV, or in the morning early when I get up to watch the taped episode of the Tour of Spain. I like listening to it, and yeah, so that's some different knitting for me. It's the 3rd of September. It's 11 degrees C. It's a nice crisp morning here in Sydney, Australia. Bondi, near the ocean. There is the ocean just there. I can hear the waves. Looks like a lovely day. This is my 73rd trip around the sun. I'm so lucky. It's just a slight breeze. It's my birthday. And look, I've got one of my hinterland dresses on and it's loose. Birthday gifts. I really love perfume and chocolate. Here's a puzzle John has just finished. It is beautiful. It's spices from Temu. 1,000 pieces, but it is beautiful. I would like to frame it for the kitchen, but not sure how to do it. So just look at it for a while. But yeah, we love birthdays. Thought we'd have a look at one of my favorite boxes, project. It's Wednesday, and this is my Liberty box. And there's 2 projects in here. 1-inch hexagons and a drunkard's path. We'll just go through it and have a look because I love looking at it. My papers from magazines, even all different sorts of, well, this is photocopying paper that I'm using for the 2nd time. So I have been doing some thread tacking. Last night I was doing some, I do like thread tacking the most. I don't think I've ever used glue. So easy to do. And I've timed myself making a 1-inch, tacking a 1-inch hexagon. It takes 57 seconds. So the same amount of time as gluing really. And you don't have the residue yet you have to wash out. Just my point of view. So in this bag is every little scrap that's left over. I saved every tiny morsel of Liberties ever. I don't think I throw any out. So you can see I have been collecting this for about 10 years, maybe 12 years. And I just love it, you know, and keep the smallest little pieces. I only buy small pieces because it is not a cheap fabric. It is a luxe fabric. The cotton is so fine, feels like silk. I'll have a look at some of the, so I have bought some packets, probably at craft show. This is my, aren't they beautiful? This is a purple bag. I like to keep them in the cellophane because it's like new, isn't it? This is another packet. These are small pieces. I would say probably 1/4 of a yard or 30 centimeters for each piece. I did buy a meter, and I must have bought this from Facebook, I would say, a Facebook group, but is that lovely? Morning Glories, and the blue is just beautiful. Here's who I got it from. Susan Felicity, Designer and Fabrics. Not sure about that one, but that's where I got it. And these are my little pieces. So Look at those beautiful flowers. I love poppies and all of these beautiful things. I did get this one because it's graphic, you see, and I can cut out the spots and have that just as a ready-made fussy cut piece, really. A little piece of houses. Oh, and this one is beautiful. Some of them have a very Japanese type influence, I would say. This is lovely. It reminds me of cherry blossoms. I know it's not cherry blossoms, but it reminds me of cherry blossoms. So I did buy a lot from Fifi's Fabricology here in Australia, in Queensland. Do you know, I bought this in 2002. So I've had it a fair while. No, 2021. And 30 centimetres of each one. This is beautiful. It's like a herbaceous border of pressed flowers. I love looking at my liberties, I've got to say. They're beautiful. Well, that's my fabric pieces. And in here are my projects. These are blue 1-inch hexagons that I've already done. And then there is quite a lot. Look at these little tiny pieces I've kept. Little tiny triangles from projects. I was doing this one last night. I love this coloured blue. It's just so beautiful and subtle. So they're my 1-inch hexagons, and in this box, the other half of my box is my drunkard's path. Remember we talked about this one? And there is a template for it. So it's a small drunkard's path. I remember buying this one at Logan's before they closed their shop. It was in Australia, in Sydney. And these are the pieces. So they're very small. I'll show you how it goes. So compared to my hand, that is the... And then this piece goes like this. I think it's just beautiful. And I need to sew these on the sewing machine, so I have quite a bit to go. I've got them all cut out. Nice little project to do. And here I've made some binding. I don't think it's Liberty though. It might have escaped from somewhere else. But yeah, this is my Liberty box. I love it so much. And I will be so happy to get back to my sewing machine so I can do a drunkard's path, a small one with liberties. And the 1-inch hexagons is just a lifetime project, I would say, because it's going to take me forever to colour wash these liberties. But so it's such a beautiful project, isn't it? We all love liberties. I think every quilter loves liberties. Speaking for myself. I'm going to show you how I attach my papers to my 1-inch with a 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. to paper. So this is how do I use my little peg. Sometimes I use the peg, sometimes I don't. And I start off just by folding the edge under. I've got a knot in my thread. I always tack with Gutermann's quilting thread because I don't get knots, and I can string piece a whole lot of hexagons together at once. Yeah, I really like that, and John bought me 5 rolls for my birthday. I was so lucky. So I just start off in the middle. It's easy to hold with your fingers, really. You don't really need the peg. And I just take 1 stitch through the corner here, and it holds it all together really firmly. Then I take 1 stitch in the middle, fold it, and you end up with very nice knotted corners. And the sound of the needle going through the paper and the fabric is, I love it. It's like music. Take the peg off. I do have arthritis in my fingers, but you know, I can still do it, and it's very relaxing. And I can get 5 hexagons stringed together with one thread. So come to the end and just push the last one under. I take 2 stitches at the end just to hold it, because I'm going to put another one next to it. Comes out really neat. Then I'll just continue on. So this is a good puzzle. Can hold it up. It doesn't fall to bits. It's great. Thanks. I have a cast on for my birthday. The one I started yesterday with Pearl Soho did not work out, and so I've restarted Spruce Harbour. So the blue part is now this beautiful colour, and the wool is thicker. I'd say this is more a sport weight, leaning on DK, and I'm using 4.5mm needles, so I'm hoping this will turn out really nice. It's 5 p.m. and it's my birthday. It's coming to a close, 3rd of September, and this is my birthday cast on, and it's coming along really nicely. I hope I like it when it's finished. I've always liked lighthouses and the construction and everything, and I hope this reminds me of my birthday and how much I love the ocean and the sea. It's the 4th of September, Thursday, and looks like rain. I've included a video this morning of the alarm clock bird that seems to get up at about 4:30 a.m. every morning in spring. And yeah, it's just amazing. It sounds just like an alarm clock. So yeah, it is at the moment 6:30 a.m. I'm up early and I'm about to watch the taped episode from last night of Tour of Spain. So I do like seeing the countryside in Spain. So see how today goes. I have made some progress with my knitting last night and I added this colour, but it is thinner than the first colour and I'm not sure how it's going to go. I might take that colour out and put something else, but we'll see how we go. It's coming along quite well. And yesterday I bought a PDF. I do love Caitlin Hunter and I want to make this Sadotna jumper. I'm going to have long sleeves and not cropped. I've seen a lot of people making it on YouTube and I want to give it a go too. I'm not really good at making jumpers, I've got to say, especially with a yoke, but I'm going to give this one a go because I really do like it. And I want to use up some skeins that I've got of linen quill. I've noticed that the linen quill colours that I have are very subtle colours and I want to use more bold colours, contrasting colours, so I have to wait and see. I'm getting a box of minis that I got for my birthday and I might do that, but I do want to try this design. Thought I'd try on one of my wigs today. I really like this one. It's short and curly and really like it. It's good for when it's cooler weather though. When it's warm, it's not so good. What do you think about it? I think it's nice. I call them hairy hats because I love hats. And yeah, I just like the colour and everything. Here's something interesting for you to look at today, friends. It's Thursday and I've got new hair. So I've been looking through my cupboard and this was on one of the stands and had it for quite a while. And you know I love hats. This is sort of a hat. I love the colour in it and I love the shape. I can only wear them in winter because it's way too hot to wear this type of hair covering in summer. So I like caps and scarves and things. But what are your thoughts on me with brown hair? So this is the colour of my natural hair when I was 50 years younger. And I thought I'd try it on today because this is my birthday week. And yeah, it's not that I want to look younger or anything. It's just that I like the colour. I like the colour of the hair and I don't have to have a haircut. And yeah, so let me know your thoughts on this. I mean, it's not for everyone and I like it. I've got blonder coloured ones, you know, and I like those too, but they need to have a certain colour, you know, to make me feel comfortable and I don't look like I'm wearing a wig or something. But it's just the thought for the day. I'm home alone. That could account for this. And I've been looking through my clothes too. I think I'm going to make a couple of hinterland dresses for summer. I have the fabric I've shown you before, and I got it from Super Cheap Fabrics. Not Super Cheap Auto, but Super Cheap Fabrics. They had this fabulous sale on. It was like 60% off for the end of year tax and that, I would assume. But they're online shop and they have pretty good sales. So I'm thinking I'm going to make some more hinterland dresses. I was at Kmart yesterday and found these really nice t-shirts with long sleeves to go under a hinterland dress that's sleeveless. I prefer to make that sort of dress. I would like to make sleeves, but sleeves on dresses and knitting seems to escape me. I don't know why. I need to brush up on sleeves. But anyway, at Kmart yesterday, I found these on the clearance table, and they were $5 each. That's $2.50 US for a beautiful shirt. So I got 3, and one was white, brown, and I think I got 2 browns. And I tried them on. These ones I like, but the white just didn't go. So John took it back today and got me 2 more of these. And can you believe it? I don't know how shirts and things clothes can be made for that price, but it was on the clearance, so such a good find. And yeah, very happy. And it's cotton, so great for summer. Summer is coming fast. It'll be the equinox in a few weeks, so not looking forward to humid weather, friends, at all. But yeah, so this is my birthday week and it's been pretty good so far. We are having a afternoon tea party on Saturday afternoon at 5, around 5 anyway. Kids are coming, grandchildren. Should be fun. John's making some finger food. He really likes to cater and make fancy things, so that's great. And yeah, it's not a big thing, it's just afternoon tea. So I really do like the idea of high teas. When I was young, we used to go to high teas and it was so lovely. It was just, if you've ever been to a high tea, you will know. And the room was just full of people, all the same age. So I was in my early 20s at that time. And I loved high teas. So yeah, we're having an afternoon tea party for my 73rd birthday. And I might wear my hair. So that's the things that I've been getting up to this morning. I hope it's interesting. Anyway, this is my vlog. It's not an ordinary episode. It is a birthday episode. So I only make them once a year and I think, well, you know, live it up. That's it for me today, friends. See you tomorrow. I thought we'd just have a chat about knitting. You can see I'm a left-handed knitter and I've been knitting this beautiful scarf at the moment, and it is the Spruce Harbour. I love it. It's a basic pattern really, and I decided to put the green in. They're both from the same line of wool from Waratah. And I was thinking about, you know, why we actually knit the things that we do and why. And it's interesting, isn't it? We don't have a very long winter here in Sydney, Australia. We're more a Mediterranean climate. So winter lasts 8 weeks, 10 weeks max. And so I don't get such a big opportunity to wear any garments or shawls over sport weight really. I do like DK, but DK is for the really cold days. And there are those, but I haven't been out much this winter. And the reason that we knit the things that we do, that I knit the things that I do, is mainly governed by the weather. I do like watching the weather. And yeah, so I love patterns that are fingering weight, sport weight, and DK, let's say. I once knitted a Norwegian pattern with a beautiful yoke, but it was so heavy and so thick and warm that even in winter I couldn't wear it, and I had to donate it to someone in a colder climate because I just couldn't wear it. And that was sad because it was beautiful. So yeah, I think our knitting is mainly governed by the weather and what we like to knit, let's face it. I mean, we don't choose things that we don't like to knit. It's a big investment, really, in time and money for the yarn, and choosing the colours of the yarn, choosing colours for the yarn, especially online, which I mainly buy because there aren't that many fleece shows here in Australia. I think there's one close by me a year, and that's at Malgoa, and I did an episode on that. Otherwise, the craft show has like 1 or 2 stalls on knitting and wool. In Melbourne there are more, but that is south, and that's like 1,000 miles. I think it's 1,000 miles, might be 1,000 kilometres south of Sydney. So a good way south, and it'd be on the same latitude, I would say, as lower parts of France, because I know Tasmania is 40 degrees south, and that is like the UK. It does snow here in the mountains, but I don't live in the mountains. I live near the coast. So my foray into knitting is governed by the weather, I would say, and the availability of yarns that I really do like. And I'm just a basic knitter, really, but I like the rhythm of knitting, and I like how it's relaxing and you can do other things while you knit. And this is just garter stitch, really. But when you're finished, it produces such a beautiful long scarf. And if I don't keep it myself, I can gift it. And my sister lives in a cold climate where it snows. She lives in the tablelands of New South Wales, where it snows and floods, and the weather is more extreme than here. And they mine sapphires there, which is very interesting, I think. And there's also gold in the rivers and creeks. There was a big gold rush there years ago, and people were looking for sapphires also. But yeah, I do love the colours of some of the yarns and the texture that they make. And after a while you get to have favourite yarns, favourite combinations of wool and alpaca and silk, mohair, cashmere, and you get to know what sort of combination that you like together and suits the climate where you live. My colours that I like are muddy colours and colours with a black undertone, so dual colours. I am not really that keen on bright colours. I don't think they suit my skin tone or whatever. I could be wrong. I don't know. but I do like muddy colours. And yeah, so I thought we'd have just a chat about that. Now, what are your thoughts on the yarns that you choose? You know, do you choose them for their cost, for their colours, for their combination of yarns put into the skein? What criteria do you base your choices on? I'd like to know. I know a lot of my friends here, you, live in a colder climate than me in the northern hemisphere. And yeah, let me know in the comments. I really am interested and I'd like to know. So I'm just chugging along here. This is sport weight, by the way. I love it. I love the colours in it and I love how it feels. It doesn't no longer smells sheepy, but it smells like the perfume that I use, because I like to have a shower in perfume, let's face it, friends. And it rubs off onto my knitting. And when I have donated some things, my daughters especially say, oh, it reminds them of me. And I think that's nice, because I only have a certain number of perfumes that I like, and it reminds them of me. So, thoughts? Did you think about this chat on yarns? It's only in my vlog this week that we will talk about why I like knitting. As a basic left-handed knitter, I choose patterns also that I can read, because if you've noticed, all patterns, every pattern ever written is written for a right-handed knitter, from right to left, left to right. And I am a mirror image knitter, so I learned to knit with my father, who was right-handed, and so I sat in front of him when I was 6 years old and knit in reverse to what he was doing, although I didn't realise that. And I didn't actually come back to knitting until I was in my 20s and had children, and I wanted to make holes that were meant to be holes in a pattern. And yeah, so I taught myself to knit basically after that. But still, some patterns are just unreadable for me. Also, I have dyslexia, so I could be reading a pattern and it could mean something totally different to what the designer said. So I have to be very careful with the patterns too. So I have a few patterns that I like, and that also comes into why I choose the yarns too. I have to go with the pattern. Really, the weight I choose to go with a pattern, not the exact yarns. Some yarns are very expensive, especially the ones that are held together. There's 2 strands. I think that's double dipping. Just my opinion. And I do it a lot with mohair. So mohair and another fingering weight. But yeah, patterns are a big decider. So I might leave it at that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Very interested to know the answer to these questions. So that's my little talk on knitting and why I love knitting. And this is how this looks. I do love the colours, but I think they might be a bit, I don't know. I don't think they're me, really. This will make a great gift. It's not scratchy at all. It's just, you can feel the texture. It's beautiful. And that's why I choose patterns that I love, patterns that are easy to make, yarns that are suitable for the climate, and I do buy yarn. I only buy the yarns that I really like, and I really like when there's sales on. I don't have a huge stash of yarns. My fabrics are bigger. But you know, love knitting. The most important thing when I'm choosing yarn is the colour, I have to say. All the other things are important, but the colour is the most important. I just have to choose the perfect colour. And some colours just catch your eye and you think, oh, so beautiful, I can't live without it. That's how it is. We choose beautiful yarns, beautiful patterns, and relax and have a nice time with our crafting. It's just great. My birthday knitting is coming along. It's quite big. I'm up to the last colour. I ran out of the white, but I wanted to use the whole leftover that I had of that. It is so pretty. And now I'm doing a dark green with a mohair, silk mohair, Issachar dark green. Yeah, I should have it finished for my birthday. That's it for this episode, friends. My birthday week. Weather has changed. It's coming over, rainy, big clouds. But yeah, I had a very nice week. Spring is great. I love spring. And yeah, going to have an afternoon tea party tomorrow with my family, friends. I like chatting about the activities that I do, knitting and quilting and sewing. I hope you do too. I hope this was a fun episode. Really do like talking to you all, and so happy to see you. And look, here's my kitty relaxing in the sun when it's sunny. My flowers are out, which are great. Got a lot of buds. And Phalaenopsis, beautiful little flowers. There's one on the end too. Hey kitty, I love my kitty. So that's it for this week, friends. Thanks, friends, for joining me this week. I had a great birthday and so great to see you all, and I'll see you soon. Bye, friends.